I stand corrected again. Any members who wish to raise clarificatory questions to the NBI?
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Suwan is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to direct some questions to the National Bureau of Investigation. I believe the director is here, Attorney Melvin Matibag. Sir. Attorney Matibag, in relation to the discussion on confidential funds as found in the impeachment complaints, was there any request made upon the NBI, either by the COA or by the House of Representatives, which the NBI acted upon?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair.
Yes, you may answer that, NBI Director.
Yes. There was a request received by the Office of the National Bureau of Investigation coming from Minority Floor Leader Honorable Marcelino Libanan, requesting for the study of, requesting for the review of the documents with regards to the issue of confidential funds of the Office of the Vice President. And we received it in April 2025 and we responded immediately, and after which we asked the Commission on Audit to provide us with the documents for the study of the documents of one of the unit of the National Bureau of Investigation.
Do you have the result of the request? Did you bring it here?
Yes, we have provided the Secretariat earlier, and other than that, the head of the question document, Ms. Caroline Moldes Pitoy, is here with me, and Mr. Antonio Magbos, who performed the study of the documents being studied in this impeachment hearing, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, in that case, I would like to redirect my questions to Ms. Caroline Pitoy and Mr. Antonio Magbohos.
You may proceed, Honorable Suwan.
Ma'am and sir, kung nandito po yung mga documents, pwede po bang makita?
I understand that they have been submitted already to COMSEC. COMSEC, may we confirm if we have provided copy of this to the Justice members? The certification of the NBI. Ms. Pitoy, would you like to say something?
Yes, Your Honor. We have already submitted a copy of the question documents report containing the results of the examination. We also submitted copies of the photographic enlargements of the questioned acknowledgement receipts to the Secretariat this morning.
Honorable Suwan, do you have a copy with you?
Yes, Madam Chair. Ms. Pitoy and Sir Magbohos, so in relation to the allegations in the complaints, more specifically paragraph 129 until 132 of the Cabrera complaint, is the question documents report number 130-425 dated May 28, 2025, is this a response to the letter of the Minority Leader Libanan regarding his request to your division as to the examination of the documentary evidence of procurement, or the DEPs, which documents appears to have repeated handwriting patterns na parang may 8-like pattern tapos uniform strokes, and which appears to be written by one and the same person or by a group of persons. So ito ba yung sagot nyo sa request ni Congressman Libanan?
Yes, Your Honor.
So may we see the report, Madam Chair?
COMSEC, kindly hand the chair with the copy of the report of the NBI.
Thank you. No further questions, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Just for the satisfaction of the justice members, this is the entire report submitted by the National Bureau of Investigation. The committee's secretariat is having a hard time reproducing these voluminous records, but rest assured that the members will be provided with a copy of this.
Madam Chair, I think that, I'm sorry,
Yes,
that one is for the other issue. We have submitted.
this is for the
document-
threat.
Yes.
Oh.
But we also submitted the one. for
COMSEC, please provide the documents submitted with
documents.
regards to the examination of
the-
specimen
yes, for the question
signatures.
document. Madam Chair, yung pong nasa screen kanina, that is 5 pages po.
Okay. This, for correction, this is the report submitted in relation to the threat, allegations of threat committed by the Vice President against the President, the First Lady, and the former Speaker. This is the report of the NBI. Okay? And then we're trying to get from the Secretariat the report that was submitted with respect to the examination of specimen signatures. It consists of 5 pages only for the satisfaction of the members.
Madam
Right
Chair,
now,
we still have a copy here. If you
okay,
want, but
can you
these
just
are
show
just
it to
copies.
the justice members? The copy that was submitted to the Secretariat is currently being photocopied at Mitra Building.
okay po. Na-flash po kanina sa screen po, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair, since we are waiting for the reproduction of the report of the NBI pertaining to the forensic examination of the signatures submitted among all the acknowledgement receipts on the utilization of the confidential funds, may we ask, Madam Chair, that perhaps just a portion of the report
Yeah.
of the NBI to be read by the experts. I believe we only have 2 experts when it comes to the forensic examination of signature specimen, Ma'am Pitoy and the other one. Maybe we also request what would be perhaps the last portion of the NBI report. We are still waiting for the copy of the reproduction of the copies. Pwede po ba yun, Madam Chair?
There are 1, 2, 5 items in their conclusion. Maybe we should, would you like to read this, Ms. Pitoy? The conclusion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
The report contains the findings and conclusion on the question signature and handwritings appearing on the 36 acknowledgement receipts. And they are marked Q1 to Q36. And based on the examination conducted on the original copies which are on file with the Commission on Audit, there were groups of acknowledgement receipts that were written by the same person. The question signatures above the names Sally Rendon marked as Q26, the acknowledgement receipt marked Q26, and the signatures above the name Sheila Dado on the acknowledgement receipt marked Q27 were written by one and the same person. The second findings revealed that the question signatures above the names Jason Bitangkol, the acknowledgement receipt under the name of Jason Bitangkol, and the signatures above the acknowledgement receipt identified as Celsa Arob Hable and Samson Sales, Samson Samuel, and Sabel Salazar, all the question signatures here show similarities in handwriting characteristics. The conclusion number 3, the question handwritten dates below the names of acknowledgement receipts in the name of Annalisa Zino and Ken Naso, the dates here were written by one and the same person. The next conclusion would be on the acknowledgement receipts under the names Heda Claribelita Tamayo and Jason Reignol. The handwritten dates below these names were written by one and the same person. The next findings would be the handwritten dates below the acknowledgement receipts in the names of Angel Marie Abrigo and Anthony Santos. They were also written by one and the same person. The next findings would be on the handwritten dates below the names of acknowledgement receipts in the names of Joseph Carcedo and Raymond Mamon. They were also written by one and the same person. And the last, the handwritten names Milky Sequoia, the addresses and the dates appearing on the two acknowledgement receipts under the names Milky Sequoia were written by one and the same person.
All right. Are there any other clarificatory questions for the NBI?
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Bernadette Barbers.
clarificatory question to resource person, Ms. Caroline Moldes Pitoy and Antonio Magbuhos.
You may proceed.
Madam Chair, may I request that the first findings of the resource persons, as stated in the report, be shown in the screen together with the specimen. Oh,
Is it part of those shown already? Item 1? Item 1 of the findings of the NBI. Kindly flash again in the screen.
Ms. Caroline or Attorney Magbuhos, according to your report,
May I just confirm, Honorable Barbers, if you are referring to item 1?
yes.
Okay.
According to your report here, 1.0, may pagkakapareho sa form of elements, alignment, movements and directions of the line strokes at manner of execution. Tong dalawa?
Yes, Your Honor. The signatures above the names Sally Rendon and Sheila Dado.
Thank you. Next finding, set of specimen, please. 1.1.
Please flash 1.1.
Okay. Madam, sir, according to your report here, dito naman po ay may pagkakapareho in form, movements, and direction of line strokes and manner of execution, yung 5.
Yes, Your Honor. Receipt under the names Jason Bitangcol, Celsa Arrojable, Samson Sales, Samson Samuel, and Sabel Salazar.
Thank you. Madam, sir, according to your report here, 2.0. Okay. May pagkakapareho ang pagkakasulat ng letters and numerals, direction of line strokes, and manner of execution nitong dalawa.
Your Honor, refers to the similarities in handwriting characteristics on the handwritten date below the name of the receipt under the name Annalisa Zino and Ken Nazo.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, any other clarificatory questions from the members? Honorable Brian Poe.
Madam Chair, based on the report, I saw that there were 8 findings. May I ask, these findings, were they based, how many DEPs were used, or how many DEPs were these based on?
There are 7 findings, Your Honor.
There's 7, not 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 findings. And of the 7 findings, how many DEPs were used as the sample set for the 7 findings?
May I be clarified? What do you mean by DEP?
He's
DEP.
asking about the number of specimen signatures which were examined.
The
The number of
documentary
receipts.
evidence of payments?
Receipts.
Yes.
There were 36 receipts that were examined, Your Honor.
Okay. To be clear, though, I want to clarify. You only used 36 out of the 4,500 DEPs that were submitted, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The 36 receipts were the only ones that were submitted to us by the House of Representatives to be examined.
Only 36. Okay. Madam Chair, if the members here would indulge, because the report's only 4 pages long. Baka just for the record, we could just read out the 4 pages para our kababayans who are following online can really logically follow the report that was submitted. It's only 4 pages, po.
Yeah. So, actually, the copy submitted is in the Mitra building and it is being reproduced. Perhaps we can flash these 4 pages of the report of the NBI on the examination of specimen signature. Secretariat, kindly flash the report on specimen signature. After all, this is only 4 pages. Honorable NBI Director, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We also provided the committee through the committee secretary photographs of the enlarged photograph of the receipts that we have examined. Maybe that's the one that we can flash so that not the 4 pages report.
Okay, so do we have the
So we can
photograph
comment
of the
properly.
examined signatures? Please flash the photograph of the examined signatures. Ms. Pitoy, you can describe the document which are being flashed for the understanding of the justice members.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Lagbas?
Yeah,
Madam Chair, can Ms. Pitoy approach so that she can also pinpoint?
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
kindly approach the
Thank
big
you, Madam.
screen. Let's hear first the Honorable Lagbas.
Yeah. Madam Chair, for better understanding of our audience, mga kababayan natin, kaya ng NBI na i-explain lahat na ito in the vernacular or in Tagalog po para maintindihan po ng lahat na nanonood sa atin
Ms.
ngayon.
Pitoy is requested to explain the documents which will be flashed on the screen in our Filipino language for the understanding of the public who are watching us. You can approach the big screen so you can point to those parts of the document while you explain.
Madam Chair, we'll try to explain it in Tagalog because it's mostly technical language.
May proceed, Ms. Pitoy.
Your Honor, as stated in the question documents report, on the conclusion on on the conclusion
Can
portion.
we speak in Filipino, ma'am? To the best way that you can. All right, feel free.
In Filipino, Your Honor. Kagaya po ng nakasaad sa aming report, yung unang findings po, as far as the acknowledgement receipt under the name Sally Rendon, which is marked Q26. And yung pangalawa pong acknowledgement receipt na Q27, pwede pong sabay ipakita. Ito pong dalawang acknowledgement receipt na ito, Q26 and Q27, meron pong pagkakahawig, similarities sa form. When we say form, it means the structural pattern or how the formation. Sir, ma'am, pasensya na po. Ang hirap po i-submit sa Tagalog, i-state sa Tagalog. Pag sinabi pong form, it refers to the pattern in which the elements, this is what we call a highly personalized signature. There are no visible letters. That's why we are referring it to the form or the structural pattern. And in the examination, it reveals that the signatures above these two acknowledgement receipts under under the name of Sally Rendon and Sally Dado, the two signatures reveal significant similarities in the patterns of the letters, pati po sa alignment. When we say alignment, it's the relationship of the signature with the printed name, where the habit of the writer is the same, and in the manner of execution of the strokes, indicating that these two signatures were written by one and the same person, although they are of two different names. Yun po yung findings number 1. Yung pangalawang findings naman po, can we have the second? Yung pong acknowledgement receipt under the names of Jason Bitangcol, Celsa Arrojable, Samson Sales, Samson Samuel, Sabel Salazar, they are marked Q32, Q33, Q34, Q35, Q36. 5 po sila. Medyo lumiit po pag sabay. Siguro po dala-dalawa muna or tatlo-tatlo muna. So ito po yung Q34. Yung first 3 elements po sa Q34 and Q33, Q32, Q35, and Q36, we are referring po tong series of figure 8-like patterns. Hindi maipakita. Which are similar to one another as far as the pattern and the manner of execution are concerned. Magkakamukha din po sila. Yung findings, yung pangatlong findings naman po refers to the acknowledgement receipts under the name of Annalisa Zinio and Ken Naso. Dito po ang findings is as far as the handwritten dates are concerned. Pwede pong ipakita yung Q1 and Q2. Yung patterns po of the letters and the figures dun sa handwritten dates reveal significant similarities din po, indicating that they were written by one and the same person. Yung findings number 4 po refers to the acknowledgement receipts under the name Angel Marie Abrigo and Anthony Santos. Again, ang basis po are yung handwritten dates, numbers, which are similar as far as the pattern and the distinct characteristics of the figures that appear on these acknowledgement receipts, indicating that they were written by one and the same person. Yung sumunod pong findings is doon po sa acknowledgement receipt under the name Joseph Carcedo and Raymond Mamon. The handwritten entries, meaning to say, yung pong pagkakasulat nung handwritten name and the numbers and the dates reveal significant similarities, indicating that the handwritten names and the figures were written by one and the same person. Iisang tao lang po ang sumulat. Ang huli pong findings ay doon sa acknowledgement receipt sa names ni Milky Sequoia, mark Q22 and Q23. Yung handwritten name ng Milky Sequoia in these two acknowledgement receipts shows significant similarities also as far as the patterns of the letters are concerned, indicating that these two handwritten receipts were written by one and the same person. As far as the handwritten name is concerned lamang po. And yun po ang nilalaman ng aming question documents report, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Caroline Pitoy. So, Honorable Lagbas?
Yes, Madam Chair. I have two questions, if that's okay.
Yes.
Two clarificatory
That
questions.
is for Ms. Caroline Pitoy?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay, please proceed.
Madam Chair, based on the 36 receipts that Madam Caroline Pitoy has examined, how many are found to be executed by or written by one and the same person?
There are 7 groups of handwritten receipts that were found to be written by one and the same person, Your Honor.
Ibig po bang sabihin nito na sa 7 groups po, isang tao lang po ang sumulat?
7 magkakagrupo po, na bawat grupo, isang tao lang ang sumulat.
7 magkakaibang grupo of question documents. So kumbaga, 7 tao po ang gumawa nitong 7 grupo of question documents.
Yes, Your Honor, it's possible.
So out of the 36, 7 tao lamang ang sumulat ng lahat ng documents na to. Paiba-ibang 7 tao sa 7 groups of question documents. Just to clarify po.
Maaari pong 7 tao, maaari pong iba-ibang group. Maaari pong 7 grupo, but not necessarily po iba-iba. Kasi po, they were grouped according to the class and the styles of handwritings. Kagaya po halimbawa nung yung findings number 4, ang binigyan lamang po ng opinion ay yung handwritten dates. Hindi po nabigyan ng opinion yung signatures. So maaari din pong yung date lang ang sinulat, yung 2 date lang ang sinulat ng iisang tao, but yung signature, wala po kaming opinion kasi hindi po sila comparable.
Okay. So, ang klaro po is based doon sa grouping ninyo, makikita na merong possibling 7 tao lang ang gumawa or sumulat.
Possible po, Your Honor.
That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Dilima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Clarificatory lang po. Okay, so the question documents are submitted to you are the
No.
acknowledgement receipts.
No, Your Honor. We conducted the examination sa office po ng Commission on Audit.
It's a commission on audit because those documents were the ones submitted to COA.
Yes, Your Honor.
And these are acknowledgement receipts.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi based ho on paragraph 52 of the Sabali et al. Complaint, ang sinubmit na mga acknowledgement receipts are about 2,400 something. Now, you said that 36 were subjected to examination. So can we say that these are random samplings? Sino po pumili ng mga dapat i-examine?
Yun pong House of Representatives, Your Honor.
36 ang
36.
sinubmit po.
36 lang po
Pero-
ang pina-examine sa amin.
Ina-examine sa inyo, but you conducted it at the office of the COA
Yes, Your Honor.
because the acknowledgement receipts are in the custody of COA.
The original copies, Your Honor, are in the custody of COA.
Okay, so pwede ho ba natin masabi na yun ang mga random sampling ho yan?
Possible, Your Honor, although they were the ones who selected these acknowledgement receipts.
They were the
Random.
ones who selected the acknowledgement receipts kasi may duda sila
Yes.
na pairs are written by one and the same person.
Yes, Your
Sets
Honor.
of pairs. Yung mga findings nyo po dun sa 8 na yon, these are all just pairs and not groups?
Groups. Some are pairs, some are groups.
Some are
Your
groups. So several, so more than 8. Yung mga may findings na one and the same person. Or 8 sets.
Honor. 7 sets, Your Honor.
7 sets. Pero some sets are just pairs and some sets are more than 2. More than pairs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Di ho ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So more than 7 yung mga nakitaan nyo ng similar characteristics which evinces a conclusion, a possible conclusion that these are written by one and the same person.
7 groups, Your Honor.
7 groups. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Are there any other clarificatory questions?
Yes, Madam
The
Chair.
Honorable Flores.
Ma'am, from the 2000 receipts submitted or more, hindi ba kayo pumili randomly ng other receipts that you could subject to the testing?
No, Your Honor. Only 36 were submitted to us, meaning the photocopies of these 36 receipts were submitted to us. And these were the only ones that were asked, requested from us to examine at the COA, Your Honor.
Okay,
We did not select them. They were
Alright.
submitted to us.
So, I'll ask the NBI director lang na nandito po ngayon. So, hindi nyo ba, like, take it upon yourself to test the other documents? Kasi parang, if you listen to the explanation of ma'am, sabi niya, it was upon the request of the House of Representatives daw. Eh, paano yung hindi ni-request? Di ba, dapat din ba i-subject yun to examination? Randomly?
Yeah, I was not still I was not the NBI director at that time, but based on the information communicated to me when I reviewed the report, that was the one given to be examined, and the information also given to me that was the 4,000 documents. Some of them are duplicates, so that some of them were not submitted for examination because there's a duplication already. So technically, the point of the Honorable Dilima is correct, that and the other honorable members, that it was technically randomly given for purposes of examination. And the view is when it was examined already, even if you will look at the sample that is 36, there was already a findings that the reports was prepared by several individuals or at least very few individuals. I understand the point of Honorable Lagbas that among the 36, there are already 7 groups that they can see that it was written by one and the same person.
Okay. But the 36, from the 36, the requested ito, no? Sabi nila, na requested to be examined
Yes, Your Honor.
by, the House of Representatives.
Yes, Your Honor. Only 36.
Only 36, which in their opinion was to be subjected to the expert examination of the NBI.
Yes, Your Honor.
So may possibility din na more are in that bunch. Kaso lang, hindi ni-request to be examined.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what would be a good size of sampling ba dapat? I mean, just for people to know, ano bang out of that 2,000 plus
Yeah, Madam
or
Chair,
4,000?
the Bureau is ready to examine everything if it will be provided to us. We
Okay.
can do that. But as reported to me, among the 4,000s, there's already a lot of duplication. Some of them are not in the original state. So the findings, even if we will examine it, will not be that conclusive. As to the 36 that we have a conclusive findings, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, if I may add, yeah, if the honorable committee so request, we are more than willing to examine all the documents.
We will defer to the members of the Justice Committee should the same be needed for the purpose of determining probable cause. Let us be reminded that the standard which we are trying to meet here is only probable cause. And I understand the statement of the NBI director that these were randomly selected only for the purpose of examining the 36 specimen signatures, randomly selected. So it is supposed to represent the rest of the signatures from the 4,000 documents, although the same may not be correct. And as far as statistics is concerned, for the purpose of the necessary number of sampling. Okay, with that, do we still have other clarificatory questions for the NBI? There being none, then we direct the committee secretary to once again call the respondent vice president so that if she is present, the oath will be administered so she can present her evidence, including those which will counter the evidence presented by the National Bureau of Investigation. COMSEC, please.
May we know if the Vice President is inside the premises of this room today? The respondent is not present today, Madam Chair.
We are placing on the record that in spite of the notice served, we called the respondent and she continues to be not present in our hearing room. The intention is to give her the continuing opportunity to present her evidence, including those which will counter the evidence presented by the National Bureau of Investigation. Since we have no other clarificatory questions for NBI, perhaps I must solicit the necessary
Madam
motions
Chair.
so they can be excused in our
Madam Chair.
proceeding today.
Madam Chair, I move that we excuse the NBI director together with the two experts.
There's a motion to excuse the NBI director, including the two other resource persons. The same has been seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is granted. NBI Director Melvin Mantibag, Ms. Caroline Pitoy, and Mr. Antonio Magbohos from the NBI are all excused. Thank you for attending in our today's hearing. We now proceed to our next witness. Next resource person. I stand corrected again. May we know the justice members who wish to raise clarificatory questions to PSA?
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Jude Asidre.
Madam Chair, with your indulgence, nais ko pong magtanong sa kinatawan ng Philippine Statistics Authority. Una, Deputy National Statistician Maris Grande, para manilaw lang ho sa record ng kumiting ito, kinukumpirma niyo po ba na kayo ay otorisadong kinatawan ng Philippine Statistics Authority at may sapat na kaalaman sa mga certification na ipinadala ng PSA sa kumiting ito?
Yes, Madam Chair. I represent Dr. Dennis S. Mapa. I am Marisa Grande, the Assistant National Statistician of the Civil Registration Service, and I am in charge in the verification of civil registry documents and the processing and archiving, as well as generation of vital statistics.
Ma'am Maris, hiniling po ng kumiting ito na dalhin at isumiti ninyo ang mga kopya ng certification na may petsang December 8, 2024 at December 11, 2024. Nais ko pong malaman kung dala po ninyo ang mga dokumentong ito at naisumitin nyo na po ba ito sa committee?
Yes po, Your Honor, na dala namin itong mga certification na ito, December 8 and December 11, at nasubmit na po ito sa committee secretary.
Madam Chair, para lang humalinaw, ang dalawang certification pong ito ay opisyal na dokumento ng Philippine Statistics Authority.
Tama po, sir.
At ang mga certification na ito ay nagsasaad na pagkatapos ng paghahanap ng records ng PSA, marami sa mga pangalang isinumite ng kapulungang ito ay walang matagpuan ang any record ng kapanganakan, kasal at kamatayan. Tama po ba?
Tama po, sir. Nakareceive po kami ng list of individuals for verification po sa PSA at narito po sa certification na ito ang laman ng resulta base sa information na pinrovide ng committee.
Madam Chair, dun po sa unang certification na may petsang December 8, 2024, tama po ba na sa kabuang 677 na pangalan na isinumite, 405 ang walang record ng kapanganakan o certificate of live birth, 507 ang walang record ng kamatayan o certificate of death, at 443 ang walang record ng kasal o certificate of marriage, at sa kabuuan 398 unique persons ang walang matagpo ang record ng kapanganakan, kasal at kamatayan ayon sa records ng PSA. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Madam Chair, at kinukonfirma po namin base po sa certification dated December 8 po.
Madam Chair, doon po sa pangalawang certification na may petsang December 11, 2024, tama po ba na sa kabuang 1,922 na pangalan na isinumite, 1,322 ang walang record ng kapanganakan o certificate of live birth, 1,593 ang walang record ng kamatayan o certificate of death, 1,456 ang walang record ng kasal o certificate of marriage, at sa kabuang 1,287 unique persons ang walang matagpo ang record ng kapanganakan, kasal o kamatayan ayon sa records ng PSA.
Tama po, Your Honor. Base sa December 11 na inisyu ng PSA, ay yung mga datos po na yan ang resulta ng aming verification sa birth, marriage, and death.
Madam Chair, Ma'am Maris, no, sa harap ng committee ito, pinapatunayan niyo po ba under oath na ang mga certification na ito ay tama, sapat at batay sa official na records ng Philippine Statistics Authority?
Yes po, Your Honor. Based po ito sa listahan ng mga pangalan na sinumite ng committee.
Ulitin ko po for the record, Madam Chair, tama po ba na ayon sa Sabaya complaint sa paragraph 67, walang anumang record ng kapanganakan, kasal at kamatayan sa PSA para sa mga pangalang Mary Grace Piatos, Milky Sequoia, Kokoy Villamin at Irene Tan, bukod pa sa iba pang mga pangalang nakasal sa nasabing reklamo? Tama po ba?
Doon po sa binanggit niyong pangalan, Your Honor, yung Irene Tan, lahat po yun ay walang record ng birth, marriage, or death, except po doon sa isa, yung kay Irene Tan, which is a common name po ito, at based po sa verification namin, may match na records ng 144 na Colby, 89 na certificate of marriage, 16 na certificate of death. So yung Irene Tan po kasi ay common and wala pong ibang basehan na sa verification. Kaya may matches po tayo na nakuha. Pero yung mga binanggit niyo pong pangalan po ay lahat po yun ay negative record ang kanilang
So
birth.
negative record po for Mary Grace Piatos, Milky Sequoia at Kokoy Villamin. Tama po ba?
Tama po, sir.
At tama po ba na itong mga detalye ito, lalo na tungkol dun sa mga pangalang aking sinabi, ay nakapaloob sa mga certification na dinala at sinabit po ninyo sa committee ito?
We confirm po, Your Honor, at makikita po ito both sa certification ng dated December 8 and December 11 po.
That is all, Madam Chair.
Can we flash again the certification for the satisfaction of the justice members? Kindly flash the certification. How many pages is this? Ms. Mapa?
Yun pong 677 na information po ay 677, ito po ay 134 pages. Yun pong, sorry. So yung isa po sa 1,992 na individuals dated December 11, meron po tayong 389 pages po.
That 389 pages pertain to the result of your verification.
Dalawa po ito, Madam Chair. As I've mentioned, yung 677, isang batch po dated December 8. At meron po tayong 134 na pages. And the other one, yung 1,992, meron po tayong 389 pages po.
Okay. Again, the committee secretariat is directed to provide copy of the report of the PSA to the justice members, including the ex officio, and also the respondent vice president. Any other member who wish to raise clarificatory questions to
Chair.
PSA?
Chair.
The Honorable Tino.
Yes, that is included in the annex, the 389 pages, a list of names with findings that records do not exist. Pero napansin ko po, interspersed are some names that have been, what do you call that, blacked out. PSA po ba ang gumawa nun?
Ms. Mapa, please answer.
Ito pong certification na to ay inisyu po ng PSA based po sa ibinigay ng committee na i-verify based sa list po, listahan ng committee on yung sa 19th Congress kay Honorable Joel Chua, yung Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability po. So may listahan po na nanggaling sa kanila at lahat po yun binirify namin kung may existing na birth, marriage, or death records.
Yeah, so that document was issued by the PSA, but there are redactions. So I just wanted to clarify if the redactions were made by the PSA or by someone else, some other entity.
Sir, the one submitted po ay warang redaction po.
Okay. So hindi kayo ang gumawa.
I suppose the secretariat po yung nag-redact.
Which secretariat? The committee secretariat?
Sorry sir, just to clarify that the one issued, wala po kaming redaction kasi
Walang
listahan po ng mga pangalan at resulta ng aming
Okay.
verification.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, I wish to apologize to Ms. Grande. It's Ms. Grande, not Ms. Mapa. Okay?
Madam
Any
Chair.
other member who wish to raise question?
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Abante.
isang tanong lang, no? Kung wala kayong record, ibig sabihin, imposibleng malaman kung sino yung mga yan? O meron tayong isa pang pwedeng puntahan na malalaman natin?
I have to be frank, sir, that the verification result is based lang po sa names. So, that's why dun sa certification na inisyu namin, we stated that based on the information provided by the committee and that if they can provide further data, we can further evaluate the result.
Pero na-exhaust nyo na, di ba?
Exhausted
You have
based on the
exhausted
information.
Therefore, kung na-exhaust nyo na yan, wala na kayong record. So, ibig sabihin it's almost next to impossible na makita pa yung mga taong yan kung non-existent o existent yan.
Sir, as I've mentioned po, limited yung information because it's only the name. So, I cannot say na 100% accurate yung negative results.
Thank you.
Okay. So, if there are no more clarificatory questions to the PSA, then we are directing the COMSEC again to call the respondent vice president so that the oath can be administered and she will be given opportunity to present her evidence, including those which will counter the findings of the Philippine Statistics Authority. COMSEC, please.
Is the Vice President present today? The respondent is not present today, Madam Chair.
Let it be placed on the record that we call the Vice President to give her the continuing opportunity to present her evidence in today's proceedings. Having said so, may I solicit the necessary motion to excuse the PSA from our proceedings today?
Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable Sindanya.
Madam Chair, I move to excuse the representative, our resource person from the PSA. So
There's a
moved, Madam
motion
Chair.
to excuse the PSA resource person. The same has been seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is granted. Ms. Grande is excused from this proceeding. Maraming salamat po for your time spent with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now we proceed to our next resource person, Attorney Camora from ICFAO of the Commission on Audit. The floor is now open for the clarificatory questions of the Justice members. The Honorable Joboy Aquino.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If I may direct my clarificatory questions to Attorney Camora relating to certain issues on the confidential funds and what the Cabrera complaint describes as implausible expenditures and documentary irregularities. But before that, I believe, Attorney Camora, that you were subpoenaed not only to testify, but to bring along with you the documents requested for the subpoena. Do you have them with you?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Attorney Camora, let me refer to what paragraph 49 of the Cabrera complaints calls rapid liquidation. Can you confirm that the entire 125 million pesos was purportedly disbursed and liquidated in just 11 days, including multiple non-working holidays?
Yes, Madam Chair, based on the documents submitted.
So for the record, during a period filled with Christmas Eve, Rizal Day, and New Year's Eve, the OVP averaged an expenditure of over 11 million pesos per day.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Madam Chair.
For the benefit of all members of this committee, emphasis must be placed on the liquidation of confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022 because of how rapid the liquidation was compared to other quarters where the OVP liquidated the same amounts. To place in context and based on the complaints, the OVP has consistently liquidated the amount of 125 million pesos since the office was allocated confidential funds. What sets fourth quarter of 2022 apart is that the OVP spent the same amount it would usually take 3 months to spend in a span of 11 days, with 4 of those days being holidays. Attorney Camora, as per the Joint Circular Number 2015-01, when we talk about such confidential funds, we talk about lump sum amounts provided as such in the GAA for NGAs, in appropriation ordinances for LGUs, and in COBs for GOCCs for their confidential expenses. While confidential expenses refer to those expenses pertaining related to surveillance activities in civilian government agencies that are intended to support the mandate or operations of the agency. Am I correct?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
Paragraphs 42 to 44 of the Sabala complaint, can we please, allege that your office issued 2 audit observation memoranda on the liquidation of the OVP of its confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022. And the OVP only responded in October 2023. Did you bring these documents with you?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Meron din daw reply ang OVP dated October 19, 2023 kung saan nag-submit sila ng DEPs, meaning documents, evidence in payments, no? But they were insufficient to address deficiencies doon sa dalawang AOMs. COA had issued. Can you confirm this?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Did we flash the two AOMs?
Please flash the AOM's secretariat.
And just to clarify, Attorney Camora, meron rin naman kayong na-issue ng mga AOMs sa OVP para sa kanilang liquidation ng first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter of 2023. Tama po.
Tama po, Madam Chair.
And for the record, meron ring AOM na na-issue para sa 2023 liquidation naman sa DepEd. Tama po ba ito?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
And itong mga AOMs na ito, kasama rin ito sa mga documents na dinala at sinabmit mo sa committee secretary? Am I correct?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, sa pagkakaalam ko, first time na ma-allocate sa OVP ang ganito kalaki na halaga. 125 million pesos each quarter or 500 million a year. Ganon din sa DepEd. Actually, first time mabigyan ng confidential funds sa time ni VP. Considering that as head of agency of both OVP and DepEd, she had the ultimate role of approving and overseeing the implementation of the programs under both offices. And without her approval as head of agency, no confidential funds may be released or disposed. This must be taken into consideration when we determine existence of probable cause later on. Still on the matter of implausible expenditures and documentary irregularities, as discussed in the Cabrera complaint, did you bring as well documents showing exorbitant per-day rates, patterns, documents showing failure to submit debts, as well documents that would show the OVP's failure to substantiate their expenditures for tables, chairs, and desktop computers charged to confidential funds, such as the Audit Observation Memorandum and the OVP response letters. Did you bring it?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Camora, and that would be all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Joboy Aquino. The Honorable Rog Gutierrez is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'd also like to ask questions to the resource person, Attorney Camora, if I may proceed.
Yet,
Thank you.
you may proceed.
To the Honorable Chair, Attorney Camora, good afternoon po. In your audit of both the OVP and DepEd, did you find that the liquidation documents for both agencies shared the exact same red flags and or deficiencies?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, there were similarities po.
Yes, there were similarities po.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As publicized in your own website, an unqualified opinion is defined as an opinion issued when the auditor concludes that the financial statements are prepared in all material respects in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. Can you confirm that an unqualified opinion merely affirms that an agency complies with the core rules on how reporting of expenses should be made, but whether that agency indeed used the funds in accordance with law is another matter?
Let me check the COA website po. Yes po.
So we have that affirmation.
Unqualified opinion, Madam Chair.
Yes, the unqualified opinion. I'll just rephrase po, no? The unqualified opinion merely affirms that an agency complies with core rules on how reporting of expenses should be made. But whether that agency indeed used the funds in accordance with law is another matter.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, there was a mention of notice of disallowance and a pending appeal, and if I recall correctly during previous hearings, the VP repeatedly stated during various media interviews that she filed an appeal in relation to the COA findings in the notice of disallowance issued. And I recall, I think part of the subpoena was that you were to bring all the documents. What is the subject of this appeal, Attorney Camora?
Our notice of disallowance for the fourth quarter of 2022, Madam Chair.
Fourth quarter of 2022, this would be OVP kasi wala
Yes,
pang DepEd po. No?
OVP.
So, Attorney Camora, ano po yung status ng appeal na ito?
Madam Chair, the Commission Proper of the COA has already decided on the appeal.
Can you say that again, Attorney Camora?
The Commission Proper has decided on the appeal na po.
The Commission and Bank has
Commission-
decided already on the appeal.
Commission Proper po.
The Commission proper has decided already on the appeal.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. You may continue, Honorable Gutierrez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a development po, no? Kasi last time wala pa. So, meron na palang decision. Do you have a copy of this decision, Madam Chair?
I have a copy po, and although hindi po namin siya nasama sa submissions for today, we could give yung digital copies po.
Madam Chair, ano po yung finding ng COA dito?
They affirmed our disallowance po.
Madam Chair, since you have the copy on hand anyway, can you please read the dispositive portion of the ruling?
For a while lang. Wherefore, the petition for review treated as appeal of Ms. Sara Z. Duterte, Vice President, Ms. Gina Acosta, Special Dispersing Officer, and Ms. Julieta L. Villa del Rey, Chief Accountant, Office of the Vice President, is hereby denied. Accordingly, Commission on Audit, Intelligence and Confidential Funds, Audit Office, Notice of Disallowance Number 2024-002-100 for 2022, dated August 8, 2024, on the confidential expenses of the OVP for the period from December 21 to 31, 2022, in the amount of 73,287,000 is affirmed. Signed by the chairperson and the commissioners.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And Madam Chair, just to clarify, this means that the COA affirmed the notice of disallowance number 2024-002-100.
Yes, Madam Chair.
And this notice of disallowance number 2024-002-100 was on the confidential expenses of the OVP for the period from December 21 to 31, 2022, which disallowed the amount of 69,787,000 for the purchase of rewards and 3,500,000 for the purchase of tables, chairs, desktop computers, and printers.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Will you also confirm, Madam Chair, that the OVP did not present the details or breakdown of the confidential expenses and the narration of the success of the information gathering and/or surveillance activities which were conducted?
Yes, Madam Chair.
So, Madam Chair, can you confirm that since the OVP failed to prove the relationship between their submitted DEPs and the purpose for which they allege to have spent the same, can we conclude that all these DEPs are fraudulent and fabricated?
It just means po that they did not comply with the joint circular.
Just did not comply. We'll take that as it is, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, it further states that the official receipts or sales invoices are required as documentary evidence of payment and not merely acknowledged receipts. Can you confirm this, Madam Chair?
Yes, Madam Chair.
So, Madam Chair, does that mean that official receipts or sales invoices are required to prove that the purpose for said expenses was related to confidential funds?
Based on the joint circular, it is not really a requirement. What is required under the joint circular is a documentary evidence of payment.
Madam Chair, but early on you said that not merely acknowledged receipts yung required. Kailangan rin po yung the official receipts or sales invoices. So,
Dito
which
po
would it
sa
be?
ND, parang hindi po yun yung naging reason. It's more on, hindi po na-prove na yung 3.5 expenditures were not used, were used for confidential activities. Yun po yung nasa decision.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll take it as this, no? Madam Chair, it was mentioned earlier that there were AOMs issued for the liquidation of OVP confidential funds for Q1 to Q3 of 2023. What are the status of these AOMs, Attorney Camora?
For the first 2 quarters, for all 3 quarters, Madam Chair, we have issued a notice of disallowance.
Can you repeat that, Attorney Camora? The question is about the AOM of OVP for the first, second, and third quarter of 2023. What is the status of that AOM?
Yes, Madam Chair. We have already issued the ND for the 3 quarters.
Which means that the COA sustained the observation in AOM.
Yes, Madam Chair. It means po na their compliance, we still did not deem their compliance sufficient.
Which means that your observation is they violated the joint circular.
Yes,
because
Madam
you
Chair.
issued the notices of disallowance.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes. Honorable Gutierrez, you may proceed.
Madam Chair, if I recall correctly, during the previous hearings, we were still at the stage that they were waiting for a reply. So this would mean nag-reply na po yung office and there was actually a notice of disallowance already.
Yes,
That just
Madam
confirming po what the Madam Chair said. So may we know, Madam Chair, on what ground the notice of disallowances were issued?
Madam Chair, I don't have a copy right now of the ND.
Madam Chair, so you don't have a copy of the notice of disallowance, right?
We don't have a copy yet po. We will furnish na lang po the House with the succeeding days the copy of the notice of disallowance.
Okay, Madam Chair. Ideally, we would be able to clarify po, no?
Yes.
Yung notice of disallowance. This is a development much related to our proceedings and related to our clarificatory questions for
For the
probable
record,
cause.
we are requesting Attorney Camora to
Buena Mano Salvo Year 20.
Upat ka mga butang nga angay natong hinumduman sa atong pagpakabuhi.